Alright, what's up, guys? So, WrestleMania has uploaded a video titled 10 Wrestlers Banned Forever in WWE. It looked like one wrestler that they showed was Brodie Lee. Some of you guys may have known him as Luke Harper. Yeah, today he had passed away, and it was one of those things I just really wasn't expecting. I seen Seth Rollins posted a photo about him, and I just thought that he was just posting a photo about him just because, and then I think I ended up going on Twitter and then seeing that they had posted a thing talking about him saying, rest in peace, Brodie Lee. And yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. And it was something where I just didn't, wasn't really paying attention and noticing how he hadn't really been paying, or, he hadn't really been appearing on TV. And I was just like, wow, it makes sense once you realize everything's. And so, man, he was a great talent. Like, he was one of those guys where he was gonna bring a show whenever especially his run in AEW. Like, I really loved his run in AEW. Like, now sitting down and just, it's sad when you just, like, you realize, like, how much of a entertaining this person was, like, after they passed. So yeah, it's messed up. It really is. But I liked how AEW, how they, gave him, like, they didn't make him like this, like, person they couldn't speak English, like, just made like a weird moan noise and wore sweaty clothes everywhere. Like, they actually made him into like a legitimate person. Like, honestly, AEW, like, no, they did something with him. So shout out to AEW. But anyways, now shout out to WrestleMania. Make sure you guys go subscribe to him for more videos like this. I just wanted to pay my respects to bro, well, his real name was, like, I think it was John, but anyways, I think it's like John H. I don't know, but anyway, I never really seen his real name, but yeah, rest in peace to him. You will be missed, definitely, in the wrestling community. But make sure you guys go subscribe to WrestleMania for more videos like this. But in that being said,
for me, it was a hard pill to swallow when the company changed direction and went in a PG direction, because I'm a little rough around the edges.
I read his book. His book. I know they were saying that he fought hard to get them to write, or to get it approved for him to talk about Chris Benoit. And yeah, no, I had to agree with Batista on that.
Wrestler leaves WWE, they usually have a lot of negative things to say about their time in the company. Wrestlers can be unhappy with creative and unhappy with the amount of television
that
time
guy is like what is his name, like EP3 or something? I don't know, but he wrestled like one match in WWE. Was, I think, so because I don't watch NXT, so he must have been like big at NXT then, because if not, then yeah, they just signed him, had him do like one match, did this promo, chased R-Truth around a couple of times, and he was gone. He dipped.
Or simply, they could have just hated their co-workers.
You booked me with a clown, a drug addict,
or even the boss.
well, Vince, not only did I survive, but I walked out on you.
And you know what? The thing is, they just gonna keep the cameras rolling and rolling, because they know that this is gonna be a big moment and forever in WWE history. So honestly, though, with WWE, what they should, well, probably, I don't know. I feel like it could work, because I mean, like, what they don't, like, the ratings is kind of low right now, but no, they should create like a YouTube channel and just show like all the moments when like stuff was unscripted, like stuff wasn't, or they could just do it on the regular channel and stuff. But I'm just saying, like, they just do some unscripted things and just have it where, just wrestlers just, doing their thing.
However, when a wrestler leaves WWE and does nothing but badmouth them, it seriously damages the once positive relationship between the two parties. Additionally, if a wrestler leaves WWE and goes to a rival promotion such as AEW, this could also damage a relationship and completely burn the bridge that was once so strong.
Well, you can take that brass ring and shove it up your ass.
But which wrestlers are persona non grata in the WWE?
I like how they're treating, well, his name is like Miro now, but yeah, I like how some of you guys may know him as Rusev, or you might still refer to him as Rusev. But I like how they're treating him in AEW.
Well, join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 wrestlers who really burnt their bridges with WWE.
I don't know why, it's like, I feel like Undertaker will walk out to that and like, so like, John Cena clothes, like some jorts, some jean shorts, a basketball jersey, and he's just wearing the whole John Cena like 2000 and what 3-4 outfit.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Oh, I also have a third channel, so be sure to check that out. The link's in the description down below.
Okay. I know this is crazy. What was so messed up was that I dozed off and went to sleep, and I seen like a little bit of it, and then that's when I was like, oh, whoa, wait a second, what? Like, that's crazy.
Number 1, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, after
number 1 on this list,
in the WWE, decided in 2018 that he would try something new.
I am all in with All Elite Wrestling.
He would support.
I like him in AEW. He was good in WWE too, but I do like him in AEW.
This was a tough decision for him, as Jericho himself admitted he had loyalty to Vince McMahon. But he decided he wanted the challenge, and this was certainly that. Upon informing Vince that he had signed a deal with the new promotion, Vince suggested he get out of the contract any way he could. Jericho obviously refused, and Vince clearly saw this as a spit in the face. Following their signing, Jericho was then banned from having any WWE talent on his podcast, as well as being edited out of the WWE opening, as well as various YouTube videos. Jericho stated that he is virtually banned from the WWE on the Not Sam podcast, when all he did was sign for the competition rather than anything malicious towards WWE.
I don't think that's like a reason. I'm like, I don't know, I think I spoke on this before, like if I was a wrestling promoter, if they sign with another company, I'm like, hey, look, if you feel more welcome in that company, do it. I'm like, do it. I'm like, I'm going to still get my talent. I'm going to do my thing, but do what you got to do, man. I'm not going to hold it against you. If you want to come back, you are more than welcome to come back. But I'm like, I'm not going to hold that against you or be mad at you or something. Because I see it as this. Like, I'd see what, if I was a wrestling promoter or I own like a big wrestling, I see it as like me having a YouTube channel right now. I'm not here to make rivals. I'm not here to make enemies. I'm not here to, try to tear somebody else down. I'm here to do my thing. I'm here to entertain my fans. So I'm like, that's all that I care about is entertaining my fans. If you come here to entertain my fans, I will greet you, shake your hand, give you a hug, crack jokes with you, do whatever. But I'm like, I'm not going to hold that against you, so...
Vince McMahon. Heck, Vince has gone so far as to ban Chris Jericho's finishing move name, the Codebreaker.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want
they don't call it that no more.
Reference to Chris
Because the
Jericho.
wrestler did not too long ago, and they called this something else. Yep.
Yes, she did. Oh, and the face breaker.
Yeah.
Not even when he has the most reigns as Intercontinental Champion. Number 2, Shane Douglas.
And they can all kiss my ass.
What in the hell is he doing?
Now, it's not uncommon for former WWE talent who once burned bridges to make their way back to WWE and make amends with Vince McMahon. Hell, we've seen it with Jeff Jarrett, The Ultimate Warrior, and many more. However, one wrestler who will likely never do this is Shane Douglas.
Douglas, I suppose, is now officially the Intercontinental Champion.
That was easy.
Douglas had 2 runs in the WWE, one between 1990 to 1992 and one between 95 to 96, but both runs didn't exactly light the world on fire.
Yeah, short.
He slid through. Belly to belly suplex. Douglas on top.
Dang.
When Douglas joined ECW in 96 and then WCW in 1999, he would have more successful runs, and he even became a respected and valuable mid-card talent.
Huh. That's good.
Road Dogg having some words.
I remember seeing this not too long ago.
There's going to be hell to pay here.
In early 2000, WWE signed Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, and Perry Saturn, and there were initial plans to include Douglas in this group of signings. However, this was nixed after Douglas was seriously disliked by many backstage who were there during his initial 2 runs, probably Shawn Michaels being one of them.
And I don't know if it was.
Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels. I feel like he's like a key guy in WWE. So I feel like it's Vince McMahon, Triple H, all of the McMahon. So all of the McMahon family, Triple H, John Cena, Shawn Michaels. I was about to say Shane Michaels. I apologize. Shawn Michaels, who would be like another big? I feel like those are like the guys, like the possibly Roman Reigns now. Since he's like, I say he's a pretty big face in WWE. Maybe Brock Lesnar, I don't know. But I feel like if you're hated by any of those guys, you're not going to have a good run in WWE. So it's either you quit or you just got to deal with what's going to be thrown at you. So,
you know, that Shane couldn't figure out how to make it work or what. But, I mean, with all due respect to him, I mean, he stunk when he was with us.
When Douglas didn't join WWE following the WCW buyout in 2001, he became infamous for burying WWE, Vince McMahon, and all their top stars in every single interview he could.
And I looked around that room and I thought, wow, like, am I in the Bizarro world or something? Wow. Like a Twilight Zone episode. And I knew right there, it was time to get the heck out of there.
He even invaded Raw at one stage to start an ECW chant and tried to obtain some publicity, but he was thrown out and the incident didn't cause too much fanfare. Number 3, Brodie Lee. Well, whatever you want to call him. Brodie Lee or Luke Harper, he had an interesting WWE run.
Don't get in my way.
It's like the only time he says something in the...
Whenever WWE seemed to be doing anything substantial with him, the carpet would be pulled from under him.
Yeah.
I once was lost.
And they had him like a straight up like kingpin in AEW. Like, for those that don't watch AEW, I can tell you guys right now, like, if WWE would have did something like this or along the lines, yeah, he had probably been well more like respected in WWE.
Downtrodden, and I once was beaten down.
In late 2019, he would be released from the WWE and would later sign with All Elite Wrestling using his previous name of Brodie Lee.
There is an Exalted One, and it's just a nasty Brodie Lee.
Shortly after his release, Lee would appear on Talk Is Jericho and bury virtually the entire WWE and Vince McMahon's outdated creative process.
Once I fell into a role, no matter what I pitched, no matter what I showed anybody, I wasn't digging my way out of it to the audience of one.
This obviously upset WWE officials and Vince himself. Even upon signing with AEW, Lee's character would often parody Vince in numerous ways, including spoofing the way he dresses and the way he eats.
No. Did I look like I'm done? Do I look like I'm done? Do I look like I'm done with my dinner?
I'm like, dang, bro, I'm hungry.
WWE found the skits extremely
like my ribs
offensive,
is rubbing together.
This had potentially burned the bridge between Lee and the WWE. Speaking to Wrestling Inc., Lee stated that the skits may have burnt the bridge, but admits it's really hard to burn a bridge in pro wrestling, as if you're a star, WWE is always going to want you. Number 4, Jon Moxley.
And I was like, WrestleMania, they most likely didn't get the news like late until like the rest of us. So I'm like, it's crazy, man.
I got something serious I want to tell you, people.
Dean Ambrose, but I know he ain't going back.
When Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, left in 2019, he left on extremely bad terms. Moxley had simply had enough of WWE and their creative process and just simply wanted out, no matter how much money they threw at him. Now, like many, Moxley would reveal his frustrations with WWE on the Talk Is Jericho podcast. Moxley would state that although he was grateful for his time there, the tipping point for him was when Vince McMahon gave him a promo to deliver on Raw, which was a complete character killer.
I need these measures not just to protect me from you people and whatever diseases you may all be carrying.
The promo in question would reference various diseases and how Ambrose's character was scared of catching them from the fans. He cited mental and emotional exhaustion following 6 years of trying to explain to Vince how his ideas for his character were stupid. At one point in the interview, Moxley claims that the WWE creative process was making him physically ill. And to the shock of many, Dave Meltzer would report that a lot of talented officials in WWE agreed with what Moxley had to say. However, Vince's reaction to the interview was very different. Number 5, Jordan Myles.
Jordan Myles all the way to the top, the Midnight Star 450 splash. Will it be enough?
Must also been an
Jordan
NXT
Miles'
wrestler.
NXT career got off to a fantastic start. He would win the NXT Breakout Tournament and would be positioned as one of the top and upcoming stars in the brand. But in October 2019, WWE would launch a t-shirt for Miles, which would cause an incredible amount of controversy. The t-shirt design would feature Miles' name surrounded by the shape of a mouth, said to be inspired by the legendary Rolling Stones logo. The design, however, received accusations from Miles that it resembled blackface. WWE would change the t-shirt and would issue an apology, but noted that Miles approved the initial design. Following the apology, Miles would tweet out a series of posts accusing WWE of racism.
WWE doesn't care about black people.
Miles would even suggest that Ring of Honor and some of their talent were racist towards him during his time there.
Our beef is our beef, and there may not even be any beef. And to be
I feel
fair,
like that's a strong statement. I don't know, like there's most likely some sort of like, not, I don't know, maybe not from like the big guys, like the guys that I named off, or anybody, you know, probably like the majority of the people, but there might have been like a couple of N-words getting tossed around left and right backstage behind WWE, but I don't think that I wouldn't call it a racist company. Like I wouldn't say that it's something that's like WWE doesn't, because it's like, okay, if that's the case, then why are they hiring like black talents, or they got like black talents like working for them, regardless of whether they're a wrestler or somebody backstage or whoever. But I just don't think that that's, I don't know, that's something that I just don't. WWE might have some shady things going on, but I don't think that that's one of them.
there ain't no beef on my end. I said what I had to say, and I'm done. I'm done with it. I got everything off. My chest is out there in the public eye.
Miles' comment would receive negative responses from fellow black wrestlers such as Booker T and Titus O'Neil, who suggested that Miles may not have been wrong about the t-shirt, but bringing other names into the equation was completely unfair. On November 13th, Miles uploaded a profanity-filled video claiming that he quit WWE and he refused to work for racists, and that Miles was a slave name.
Screw Jordan Miles, don't ever call me by that slave name. Call me ACH and don't forget the super bitch. I quit.
Wow.
7 days later, Miles would be released from his WWE contract and he would never be mentioned by WWE.
I was like, honestly, I forgot all about that story. Wow. That's crazy.
Steiner.
I think business just picked up a little bit here, King. Big pop. It's Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner didn't exactly have the greatest of WWE runs between 2002 to 2003. Nagging injuries along with a wrestling ability that couldn't keep up with the younger talent meant that the run was pretty much a disaster. Following two horrendous pay-per-view matches with Triple H in 2003, Steiner would be positioned as a low mid-carder for the rest of his time in the promotion.
As of now, Steiner, you're fired!
Dang.
Following his WWE departure, Steiner would badmouth Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in seemingly every single interview.
I don't really have a problem with Vince, but his douchebag daughter, and his, then Triple H.
Okay, it's like if you got a problem with his daughter, there is no way possible you could be cool with the father, but not be cool with the daughter. Maybe if it was the other way around, then okay, then it would seem like it would make more sense, but no way possible you're gonna be like, oh yeah, the father, he's cool, I like Vince, but his daughter, nah, she's a douchebag. You can't say that. Like, you cannot say that at all. Like, that can't work.
I mean, what the f***, he wouldn't be in wrestling if he wouldn't be f***ing a boss's daughter, so.
Wow.
Infamously, Steiner once stated that, of course it does help banging the boss's daughter, so he took advantage of everything that he could and he beat everyone from WCW. They treated everyone like sh**, and we're all in the same business. Wrestling is a small-knit community, it's a brotherhood, but you're gonna treat us bad because we wrestled for somebody else? It made no sense, but now it's biting them in the ass. They would kill for half the ratings that they had when we had the Monday Night Wars. Look at them, it's biting in the ass. Them. They got what they deserve. I'm so mellow right now.
That's crazy.
At one point in 2015, Steiner was officially banned from the WWE Hall of Fame because he had personal issues with Hulk Hogan, and WWE was scared of how he would do something inappropriate if he was to attend the ceremony.
That's crazy.
It's just such a freaking joke. It drives me crazy. It's like, I don't give a the Hall of Fame doesn't exist.
Number 7, Cody Rhodes. When Rhodes departed from the WWE in 2016, WWE were of the assumption that Cody would simply work the independent scene and hopefully return one day.
Randy tweeted just a few moments ago,
Yes, I told you, I believe in the Rhodes.
However, they had no idea that Cody would go on to be vice president of All Elite Wrestling.
Not us. Who?
And honestly, though, like, I do love the fact that Cody Rhodes is a part of AEW. Because I'm like, the way that they were booking him for WWE, where he was like, oh, he's the pretty boy, can't touch. Was that him where he was like, oh, I'm the pretty boy, my face can't be touched? And then they tried to have something like kind of like his brother. And then I was like, it was like a good run when it was him and Ted DiBiase Jr. and Randy Orton when they kind of had like that legacy thing going on. But other than that, I was like, yeah, he honestly would have probably been like a mid card throughout the whole time. He'd been like a mid card or a low card, but he definitely wouldn't have been main eventing nothing. Just based off of how WWE was treating him, unless they just decided that, hey, you know what, this year we're just gonna give Cody Rhodes a big push and stuff. And they should have. They should have, and they should have been a push that was like something along the lines, kind of like with Kofi Kingston, because I feel like Cody Rhodes definitely would have deserved that.
If not now, when?
Speaking in 2019, Cody had this to say regarding Triple H's reaction to his departure. Hunter took it very personally because he had done so much for my dad at NXT. There was one conversation where he said, I'm shocked that you feel this way after everything I've done for your family. But I told him I'm not my dad. I can't stay here out of loyalty to you for giving my dad a job in 2005. I get it, and the little boy in me really appreciates what you did for my dad. But I'm not him. He's not here anymore. I've got to be me.
Wow.
Following the inception of AEW, Cody began to take several shots at WWE.
You mean to tell me some pissant bodybuilder making every match a no DQ, meandering around the crowd, throwing the jib cam at his opponent compares with a Kenny Okada match?
These included him smashing a Triple H-style throne with a sledgehammer at Double or Nothing, which caused a lot of controversy.
Yeah, I remember this.
Additionally, Cody was part of the decision to program AEW Dynamite against NXT television on a Wednesday night, thus launching the Wednesday Night Wars. Number 8, CM Punk.
And honestly, we'll CM Punk, because he did come back, so I'm like, I don't think he's banned forever from, unless he says something this last time around. But Cody Rhodes, though, I think AEW is, I watch AEW every Wednesday. This past Wednesday I couldn't because I didn't even know it came on at 7 o'clock, so I was kind of confused, like, wait a minute, what? And yeah, then it was like, then it went off at like 9 or something, so yeah, I was all like, that was weird. I'm like, don't do that no more. Just have it come on at 8 and go off at 10 like how it usually does. But anyways, yeah, I remember, so I did watch NXT, because I remember when they said it was coming back on TV, I did watch it, and then then they hit you with the thing where, oh, you're only going to watch it for an hour, and then after that hour, you got to go on WWE Network and watch the rest. So at that point, I was just like, no, I'm going to watch AEW, and yeah, ever since then, I always watch AEW. I remember that there was a time where it didn't come on, and I still was all like, I didn't even watch NXT. It's like, there's no beef with it. I remember I watched NXT when it originally came on, like years and years and years ago. But yeah, I don't watch it.
Do you think there's ever a chance we'll see you back in a squared circle?
No.
Never?
No.
Wow.
Never, ever. Never, ever, ever.
CM Punk's WWE departure was one of the more notable incidents of the past decade. Punk simply walked out of WWE the night following the Rumble in 2014 and hasn't been on WWE television with the exception of WWE Backstage since.
I thought it was like hinting to something, but
Punk would conduct a tell-all interview with Colt Cabana in November of 2014 that became one of the most infamous podcast interviews in wrestling history.
I looked Vince in the eye and I said, I do not love this anymore. I'm fucking sick. I'm fucking hurt. I'm fucking confused. I don't know as a business what we're doing anymore.
He would reveal how WWE were letting him wrestle hurt with a potential fatal staph infection. He would also go on to reveal frustrations with the creative process and Vince McMahon and Triple H.
I'm the best thing you got right now, and you still want to sit here with that indignant look on your face and you dare disrespect me?
He even revealed he was fired on his actual wedding day. The interview apparently made Triple H and Vince furious. Brian Alvarez reported that Triple H wanted to kill Punk.
And suffice to say, while Vince is mad, but not as mad, the guy who's furious, as you can probably guess, is Triple H. Triple H wants to kill Punk was the exact text message here.
So it looks like the chance of a WWE return for Punk is officially closed. Number 9, Enzo Amore.
Yeah, of course Enzo. But I think if CM Punk, if he were to go to AEW, he's definitely going to, like, wherever their ratings is at now, and I would imagine that their ratings are good, but he would definitely, like, add more to it. On whatever it is right now, he would definitely add more to it. I wonder if Big Cass, if he's like
Big Cass
banned.
had huge potential.
But Enzo,
seriously
yeah,
over,
he's banned.
Enzo particularly had amazing promo ability.
I always judge a book by its cover.
He was good on the mic. He honestly though, I think what it should have been, where I mean, if he did want to wrestle, he very well could have. But he seemed like he was more of a microphone person than anybody else. So because plus that one time he slid underneath the ring and knocked himself out, I'm like, yeah, bro, no, you just need to be a microphone. You need to be like another Paul Heyman or something, because wrestling is just like, it's, you know, if you want to, then you very well can do that and stuff, but it's gonna probably be like some low card stuff. But the microphone things, like, no, if you want to do, it's either like, yeah, low card matches and then work your way up, or, you know, you do microphone things but for the main events and things. So yeah.
However, with Enzo, he was disliked by a lot of WWE
Oh yeah, I remember
talent.
hearing about this.
It's hard for WWE to book him
Yep.
with anyone.
He had beef with
didn't want to work with him.
Well, he goes by Pac now, yeah, or Pac, whatever. But it was like Neville in WWE. Oh, and he probably got his like bridges cut with them too. He probably anybody from WWE that went to AEW, all gone.
Attic ended 2017 when he was accused of sexual assault.
He literally,
Oh, yeah.
chucked me onto the bed, and I like smashed my. It was,
I
like,
remember
probably
this.
right here on my head.
And failed to notify WWE of this, which led to his immediate release.
It's crazy.
This sent Enzo on a downward spiral, and he would release
Oh,
interviews
yeah.
slating WWE.
Vince McMahon pulls me into his office, go home, next day get fired. Bang.
Wow.
On the phone from Mark Carano. And I quote, I said, it's your loss, not mine.
He even tried to invade
Yeah, I
Survivor
remember
Series in
this.
2018 to no
It
avail.
was funny because the way he was looking, I remember this day too, because I remember when it had went down and I was all like, what's going on? And then on Twitter, this dude literally, Enzo had his hood on. He had his hood on like this. It was like hiding from everybody. I don't know why I seen that photo and I just bursted out and just dying of laughter, because nah, man, it's like you out here looking crazy trying to just, you know, it's like my thing is like you had your 15 minutes of fame, you messed it up, now you gotta go find another promotion. So
More recently, it was leaked that Enzo is one of the faces that is banned from showing up in the WWE Thunderdome. So it looks like that bridge is completely burnt. And number 10, Ryback.
Yeah.
It's a done deal. The
Ryback, I heard that he was injuring a lot of people.
Versus the undefeated.
Ryback's WWE run started off really strong with an impressive
And then
Goldberg-esque
he
winning
criticizes, because I followed Ryback for a while on Twitter. He criticizes WWE a lot, even wrestlers from WWE. I don't know if him and Dolph Ziggler are friends or not, but it seems like him and Dolph Ziggler be going at it sometimes. But
It quickly fell apart when there were reports that Ryback was unsafe in the ring.
Yeah.
This meant that he gradually moved further and further down the card until his release in 2016 due to contract disputes.
The wrestling business has been so shitty for so long because of one man, Vince McMahon. One man and his greed.
Over the past few years, Ryback hasn't had a single positive thing to say in relation to
Yeah.
WWE or Vince McMahon. Alongside this, Ryback has made outlandish claims. For instance, he claimed he was supposed to squash AJ Styles at WrestleMania 32 and that he was supposed to win the WWE title shortly before leaving. This, combined with legal battles with WWE over the Ryback name, and even suggests that he be erased from WWE history books. Ryback will likely never be back in the WWE, and similarly to Enzo, he is also banned from showing up in the WWE Thunderdome. But there you have it, guys. 10 wrestlers who really burnt bridges with WWE. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook for exclusive lists, and we'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
yeah, these guys, man, it's one of those things. I'm like, Enzo Amore ain't right back. I just based off of how like criticizing they are towards WWE, I don't really ever see those guys coming back. But this was a pretty good video. I did enjoy this. Shout out to WrestleMania. Make sure there's like Vince McMahon will never want these wrestlers back after this. But yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to WrestleMania for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.